Okay, the Lumberjack. We have a new update. The Lumberjack has actually had an interview. He's spoken to the press and he is confessing his innocence. Medium latte, extra hot, episode 54. Let's dive into this story. We're going to take in a look at the Metro today. Okay, here we go. Man accused of cutting down iconic Sycamore Gap Tree speaks out. This is a story in the Metro. There he is, Mr Renwick. I actually pronounced his name wrong yesterday. So, retired lumberjack accused on social media of felling one of Britain's most famous trees has hit back after being quizzed by police. I'm going to skip this first because it kind of goes over some old details. Okay. I'm going to fly into this. Okay. Mr. Renwick said he was not stupid enough to cut down the tree, and relatives said he wasn't in good enough health to commit the crime. The speculation is bloody ridiculous, Mr. Renwick told the Mail. I'll tell you this much. I wouldn't be so sad to do that. There's a few pictures of him there. It was a lovely tree, an iconic tree. But I mean, to go up there and cut that down, I'm not that stupid. He added, it makes it sound like me, doesn't it? Because it was a good cut, he said, referring to the clean way the tree had been cut. It was dark, obviously, but it was a lovely moonlit night. The cut was brilliant. When I say brilliant, you can tell a good lumberjack by the way he cuts a tree down. I haven't seen the cut, obviously, but I have seen it on the computer. Do you know what I mean? That sentence sounds a little bit suspect. It just sounds a bit weird. Like to say, when I say brilliant, you can tell a good lumberjack by the way he cuts a tree down. So he doesn't know anything about this lumberjack. And he says, I haven't seen the cut. And that sounds, he hasn't seen the cut. So how do you know it's a good cut? And then this next sentence sounds like a backtrack, but I have seen it on the computer. So he's admitting he hasn't seen it, but he's just said that he's seen the cut. That just doesn't, that's weird. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a slip. I don't know. Detectives continue to investigate after claims that the damage was done by a professional who knew where they were going to cut on a windy night during 83-mile-an-hour Storm Agnes, which could possibly have disguised the sound of the chainsaw. The 70-foot tree, which featured in 1991 Kevin Costner movie Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, was attacked in the dark Wednesday and Thursday last week. Okay, so this is the farm that they've searched, Mr. Police's farm at the weekend. And Mr. Renwick told the Sun, I didn't do it. But he conceded, I am a former lumberjack and I have just been kicked off my property. So I can see why people have pointed the finger. So they've done a search of his property. Giant chainsaw found a mysteriously felled tree probe as cops search barn of former lumberjack. So let's have a look. Look, there's the chainsaw. But he's a lumberjack. You can search every lumberjack's house in the region. They're all going to have chainsaws. It's nothing new. Do you know what I mean? Even a retired lumberjack, he's going to have a chainsaw. It's ridiculous. So they had a 2-day search at Walter Renwick's isolated Planky Mill Farm in Northumberland, 8 miles from the UK's most famous tree. Okay, so there's lots of things to go on here. He's professing his innocence, and you've got the lumberjack, you've got the 16-year-old. Are they related? There's lots of questions that need answering that we don't know. The 16-year-old's name has been circulating on social media as well. I have seen him. I've seen pictures of him. I'm not going to share it. I don't think a 16-year-old, until it's proven. I don't know how the protection laws work for youngsters and whether he's over the certain age. I know 16 is that kind of like, is he an adult in the eyes of the law? I'm not sure. So I'm not going to name him. But is he related? Some people are saying that maybe it's his grandson. And I'm saying that there's another theory going around. The tree was marked with like a spray paint. And some people are saying that is further evidence that it's someone who's professional. But someone made a comment on my video yesterday who is a tree surgeon stroke lumberjack, and said if you were a professional with years experience, you wouldn't need to mark the tree. And a lot of the times you might mark it with your chainsaw. You wouldn't spray it. The only reason you would spray it is if you were marking it for someone else. So you might, if you're in a forest, you might want to spray to say, cut this one, cut this one, cut this one, if you were managing that area. Or potentially maybe you paid someone to do it who wasn't that experienced, so you marked it for them to show them where to cut. That is a potential theory, but this is just a theory in my brain. I don't know if it is true. So we're not going to jump to those conclusions until we have the evidence, but these are kind of things that potentially might have happened. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Does this guy sound innocent? Do the things he's saying make sense? And if it's not him, who else has the motive to do this? It's the strangest thing. He has got an insane motive. The fact that he's been kicked out, and this house could be used as someone mentioned an Airbnb, specifically with the intention to look at the surrounding area, and that is a major tourist attraction. If you were a little bit pissed off from getting kicked out from your house because of this reason, you might go, well, I'm going to take away your biggest tourist attraction because you money grabbing sons of guns. But it might not be. He might be a genuine guy and he's all been mixed up in all this sort of stuff. I don't know. Hopefully the police will find out the truth. I really would like to know the truth now. It's going on a bit. I'm hoping this week they get to the bottom of all this, because it's just nice to know now. Just to maybe, hold someone accountable and not blame anyone, hopefully, that's not that is innocent. So anyway, let me know in the comments below. Have a great day. Enjoy the nature. Enjoy the world. Be a good person. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.